How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon BDSP Wi-Fi battle, and today we are trying out a new Seviper team that I've made. If you want to battle me, join the Discord server in the description, and please like and subscribe for more videos like this one. With that being said, let's find ourselves a game. Okay, we found our opponent called Toby. They've got a pretty solid looking team. I mean, there's a lot of fighting weakness on there, bar Starmie and Salamence, so Machamp's going to have a good time, that's for sure. Looking at the Starmie's a bit of a threat. We can probably deal with it with the likes of Empoleon or Tyranitar, to be honest with you, so not too worried there. Seviper, on the other hand, if we can get a Giga Drain off on the Cloyster, that should take it out, and that's a big if. It's one of them things where Cloyster might see Seviper as a Pokemon it can self-shell smash on, so that's the opportunity to go for the Giga Drain and try and take it out, so just a thought. Weavile as well, probably can't one-shot us, but we've got Flamethrower, so we can do some damage there. If we outspeed the Metagross, we can do some damage there with Flamethrower. Abomasnow, of course, Flamethrower all day, every day, all night, whatever. Looking at this matchup, though, I can't really tell what they'd lead with. Maybe the Cloyster if they're a Spike set, but more than likely not. Maybe the Metagross if it's a a Stealth Rock set. So I think I'll lead with Froslass. I think Froslass is a solid lead here. And the battle begins. My opponent Toby's going to lead off with the Starmie, as I, of course, led off with Froslass. So this is actually a pretty good matchup for us. This is the new custom Froslass shiny that I made. I think it looks loads better than the regular shiny, to be honest with you. So I did get reference of it from Google. I will admit, because I was struggling to think of a good idea, so I just googled Froslass custom things, and this came up. Let's have a look. What should we do here? So we're probably going to get hit in the face by a Hydro Bomb, or we'll see a switch out into Weavile. I think going for a Will-O-Wisp is a pretty good shout, so let's do that. As they go for a Surf, that's probably going to take us down to a Sash. So it doesn't, which is pretty cool. We get the Cursed Body as well. Nice. Let's go for the Will-O-Wisp. There we go. Now, if they're choiced or something, then they're going to be locked in. I guess we'll see after the burn damage if it's leftovers or not, right? I don't see leftovers. I didn't see Life Orb. Oh no, leftovers won't apply until the second bit. So anyway, my opponent's either going to switch out right now, or they're going to go for a Psychic to take us out. I'm going to go straight into Tyranitar. Tyranitar is a perfect Pokemon to bring in against the Starmie when the Surf has been disabled. So let's go into Tyranitar real quick. Real quick like. There we go. Looking good, black and red. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. So this is a pretty good matchup for us. They might switch out. No, they go for a Thunderbolt. They were straight up just trying to take out Froslass. That's fair. That's fair. To be fair, Froslass probably would have lived Thunderbolt, and we would have probably got our Hex off. So I could have stayed in there, but it's risque. It's risque. There's no point, waiting for a Psychic to come so they can take us out. So it's whatever. Anyway, this is a pretty good matchup for us. We know they're definitely going to switch out. What into? I don't know. Maybe Metagross? No, because if they're going to expect a crunch, they would go into something like Weavile, maybe. I think, I might get Stealth Rocks up. Stealth Rocks is a solid shout, so let's do that. Because they're definitely going to switch out the Starmie. And Starmie's clearly the Rapid Spinner, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. So Abomasnow's coming in now. Going to cancel out my Hail. Cancel out my Sandstorm with a Snowstorm. As we go for the Stealth Rocks just to get them up, get them out of the way. Definitely going to appreciate it on this team, because they have got a lot of Pokemon weak to it. I mean, Salamence, Abomasnow, Weavile, Cloyster, all weak to Stealth Rocks, which is going to be great down the line. They probably go for a Wood Hammer right now, so I'm thinking we switch out into Seviper. I think Seviper's a good switch here. I think they definitely go for a Grass type move of some kind. Kind of makes sense. They might also go for an Aurora Veil. There's the Aurora Veil. Cool, so Aurora Veil comes through. And now I'm just thinking, what do we do here with Seviper? And you know what really annoys me about Seviper? Why is it so small? It's such a small Pokemon. Flamethrower is definitely our best bet here. If they switch out, they might switch into Metagross, expecting a Poison type move, because I doubt this person really knows what Seviper does. Not very well commonly seen. If they do know, but I think the average person doesn't know what Seviper does. As they stay in to take a Flamethrower to the face. Hopefully this works out. Oh, wow, even with Aurora Veil it gets taken out. Okay, so wow, Seviper coming through with a KO on the Abomasnow. What a beast. What an absolute beast. So Abomasnow is down. which is great. Who even cares about Aurora Veil when you've got a Seviper, right? In comes the Starmie now. Starmie, we know, doesn't have Psychic, otherwise they would have gone for Psychic against the Froslass, right? But I'm kind of thinking we don't want to risk it. And I want to go into Tyranitar, personally. No. I think the safest switch is Empoleon. Then we can get the defog off. No, do we want to go for defog? I don't know. It's a tough one, this is. We could try and stay in and go for a Giga Drain, but it wouldn't KO from here with Aurora Veil up, so it seems pretty pointless. I think we go Empoleon. Empoleon can pretty much wall Starmie, you know, other than the Thunderbolt, but we're going to get rid of the Aurora Veil. That's what I want to do. I really want to get rid of the Aurora Veil, even if it means getting rid of Stealth Rocks, because they go for the Rapid Spin anyway. That makes sense. So I'm going to guess they are Surf, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, and Rapid Spin. To be honest with you, I think they go for a Thunderbolt this turn as well to try and get some damage off. Little did they know we are especially defensive, and we're going to just take it like a champ. Absolutely take it like a champ. So we'll go for a defog this next turn to get rid of the Aurora Veil. There we go. Defog! As they do go for the Thunderbolt, it's free damage. Why not? Doesn't do too much damage, though. We actually do tank that like an absolute beast. Go for the defog. That's going to, of course, get rid of the Aurora Veil, hopefully, right? Yes, there we go. So cool. Now what we can do is we can switch out. We're fully expecting a Thunderbolt. I'm definitely expecting a Thunderbolt, even. And there isn't a lot of Pokemon on his team that can switch into a Tyranitar's Crunch. So, probably going to just go ahead and go straight into Tyranitar. Tyranitar's definitely a good shout here. Definitely a good shout. Definitely. So Tyranitar can come in now, being all tanky and stuff. We're going to completely... not wall the Starmie, because obviously Surf will still hurt a little bit, but we can definitely take it in the Sandstorm. As they go for the Thunderbolt, that's not going to do too much damage at all. No paralysis, cool, thanks. Sandstorm's going to do some damage to Starmie as well. We're just whittling away at it at this point, which is always great. So what we can do now is we can just go straight for a Crunch, and they obviously switch out, but what into? Who knows? Who knows? That's the real question, eh? So let's go for a Crunch. I don't see any reason not to. They're probably going to expect a Stealth Rock. That's why they've gone for Surf, because they're expecting a Stealth Rocks. But unfortunately, that's not the case, because why set up Stealth Rocks when the Rapid Spinner is right there? Now, if I set up Stealth Rocks, they are there for good. The Starmie's down, which is great news for us. Absolutely great news for us, to be honest with you. As I'm kind of anticipating a Weavile or a Metagross switch. In comes the Metagross. Metagross is a very good Pokemon to deal with. Tyranitar, I mean, it takes super effective damage from Crunch, but it's whatever, you know, it's whatever. Let's go into Tangrowth. Tangrowth can definitely tank a hit from this thing. And then we can just go for a knockoff, get some damage off, get the item off of it. Because if it's choice banded, it's going to hit really hard. Really, really hard. So there's the Earthquake. That's not going to take us out. I guess he just didn't want to miss Meteor Mash. Whatever it's called. Meteor Mash, I think. Meteor Smash? Meteor Mash. I think it's Meteor Mash. Anyway, we'll go for a knockoff this next turn. Because I'm just feeling knockoff, you know? I'm just really feeling knockoff. So let's go for it real quick. We could go for Sleep Powder, but I think getting a knockoff off is going to be really beneficial for us against this Metagross in particular. So we'll go for it. There we go. Does a decent amount of damage as well. Knocked off their Shuca Berry, which is pretty interesting to see. As this next turn, I believe they're going to switch out. I don't know what into, though. I think this next turn we go for Sleep Powder, right? Let's go for a Sleep Powder. Screw it. They're going to withdraw the Metagross. Okay, fair enough. What are they going to go into? Weavile. Weavile makes sense, I guess. So there it is, the old Weavile over there. My favorite. We'll go for a Sleep Powder. Put it to sleep real quick. There we go. Nice and easy does it every time. So, now that we've got this Weavile asleep, we do get a free switch in on something. Is that okay if I switch out, by the way? I don't know. You know, a lot of people complain about me switching out my Pokemon during battles. I think the appropriate thing to do here is to go for a Seviper, and let's see what Seviper can do in this situation. Let's just see what it can do. So they are going to withdraw the Weavile, and they're going to go into Cloyster. Okay, perfect, perfect. So Cloyster comes in, as we now have a decent opportunity with Seviper over here Because I think it's very likely that there's two situations here. They go for the KO on the Seviper, or they go for the Shell Smash on the Seviper thinking it can't do to them. And I think that's exactly what they're going to do. So I'm going to go for a Giga Drain, and we'll see what happens. If they manage to set up, so be it. They are going to go for an Icicle Spear, so never mind. They are just going to straight up take out Seviper. Yeah, that definitely takes us out. It's Skill Link. That's a shame. So Seviper goes down. But he did manage to get a KO during this game. He did manage to get a KO. Well, unfortunately, the skill link is just so strong on Cloyster. But at least we don't have a Shell Smash Cloyster to deal with, because that would be a shame. So what we can do now is we can just go straight into our Machamp, I believe. Can Machamp deal with this? Or should we go Admiral? Let's go Machamp. Machamp will scare it out. We can just go straight for a close combat then. So this is Machamp. I didn't really like the green shiny, so I kind of took inspiration from his ultimate form from Pokken Tournament, where he goes, I think he activates Guts and it makes him go all bright orange and stuff. So that's my inspiration for that particular shiny that we're showcasing now. We'll go for close combat. They go for the Icicle Spear. I guess they just really want to get damage off. They're not really bothered about setting up a Shell Smash. That's fair enough. Fair enough. If they're not gonna do it, they're not gonna do it. So Icicle Spear. I don't like how long it takes for these multi-tilt turn moves to, you know, attack. Like, it just takes so long. Go for close combat, take out the Cloyster, and we're pretty good right now. They can probably just bring in Salamence now. I mean, we are choice banded. We're choice banded with Guts, so it can be a status absorber, but also be a choice bander. It kind of works. All right, I could have just gone Flame Orb Guts, but I wanted to be, you know, something else. There comes the Salamence, looking mighty strong. He gets a free Dragon Dance off right now, which is very frustrating. We don't have a Choice Scarf user. We've got Tangrowth. I think we just go for a close combat again. I know it's not going to do too much damage, but like I said, I thought they would go for a Dragon Dance personally, but hey ho, here we are. Instead, they are Moxie. So we've got a bit of a problem now. We've got a Moxie Salamence, which could be Scarfed. It's Life Orb. Perfect. Okay, so never mind. We don't have to worry about this Salamence too much. Let's go into our Froslass. And we'll just go straight for an Ice Beam. There we go. Froslass comes in. I can't believe how big Froslass is. You know, look how big it is compared to Salamence. Like, wow. That's a big one. Let's go for the Ice Beam and take this Salamence out. We definitely outspeed. They could switch into Metagross, they could switch into Weavile, but I'm still going to go for it anyway. There's the switch into what? Weavile? Weavile makes sense, but it is asleep. So, what we could do, see how much damage the Ice Beam does first. No, that's not much damage at all. We'll go for a Hex, just in case they stay asleep. It's going for a focus. It's tightening its focus even though it's asleep. How on earth does that work? I don't know. Weavile's fast asleep though, so it's not going to wake up. Focus Punch won't affect me. I'm a Ghost type. What are you doing? Just go for your Dark type move. Weavile's still fast asleep. That's perfect. Let's get a bit more damage off on it. Like that. There we go. And if you could stay asleep one more turn, that'd be amazing. It'd be absolutely amazing. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Oh, they go for the Focus Punch again. That's not going to work. Wow. Okay, so no idea what was going on with that Weavile there. I think Weavile.exe was broken there. That's pretty funny. So Metagross comes in now. Metagross is probably got Bullet Punch, right? So we'll just go for the Hex anyway, just on the off chance that it doesn't. But it does. So Froslass unfortunately goes down. Now, there was nothing I could really do there. Salamence, we're going to have to deal with it in another way. I mean, we still have options. We've got Tangrowth, which walls it. And, you know, it's just what we should be fine. We should be fine. So, I'm thinking we go into... I'm thinking we have to go into Tangrowth anyway. To be honest with you, Tangrowth is pretty much the only thing we can really do here. Tyranitar gets destroyed by Earthquake on Salamence. You know, we're just going to have to use Tyranitar and Empoleon as, like, switch fodder, basically, just to get Regenerator back up on Tangrowth. So we'll go for the EQ. They do stay in. They go for a Meteor Mash. It's not going to do too much damage to us. But it does get the attack boost, which is unfortunate. We can go for the EQ, though. Not take it out, which is, again, unfortunate. But what can you do? As this next turn, I'm thinking we still live a Meteor Mash, right? Right? I think so. Do I waste one of my switches now? I think I want to be back up to full. Let's go into Empoleon and just sack it off. So we'll get Tangrowth's Regenerator back up. I'm just struggling to see how we pull this off. I think Salamence just ruins us in this particular game, unfortunately. So there's the Meteor Mash. They can't even miss. They can't even miss one. Then they get the attack boost again. Oh my lord, this Metagross is going to cause me some issues. So we go for Scold right now. Just on the off chance they miss Meteor Mash or they go for something else. They go for Bullet Punch, which isn't going to KO us for a start. And there's the Scold taking out the Metagross. So that's fair enough. I guess they probably thought we outsped, which we might do. It depends what kind of set the Metagross is. If it's a bulky Metagross, yeah, we'll outspeed. If it's but I don't know. I don't know what kind of Metagross it is. So I'm going to go for the Ice Beam on the off chance to try and set up, but I don't think they will. I think they'll just take us out to get the Moxie boost personally. There's the Outrage. So Outrage is an interesting one to choose there. It will take out my Tyranitar, that's for sure. And with a Moxie boost, I reckon it takes out Tangrowth as well, personally. I think the only chance we've really got here is to go into Tangrowth right now. Tangrowth, and then we go for a Sleep Powder, and then we just try and knock it off. Or we go Tangrowth, Sleep Powder. There we go, Sleep Powder, and then we go into Tyranitar. Try and hope it stays asleep. Wow, please don't miss Sleep Powder. That's going to be really annoying if we do. We hit the Sleep Powder, so great. So the tactic here is Sleep Powder. We switch into Tyranitar, hoping that they don't wake up for a start. And I'm really glad Tangrowth lived that. Really glad Tangrowth lived that. So we'll go into Tyranitar real quick, and hopefully the Salamence stays asleep for another 2 turns, because I really need it to if I'm going to win. It's the only way we win. Otherwise, Salamence rips through us, and I don't mind that because I like Salamence. It's one of those Pokemon where I don't mind being swept by it. So we'll get the Sandstream up. It's not really going to make a difference. I mean, it could, but it doesn't. I don't think so. Fast asleep Salamence still. And we can just go straight for a Stone Edge. Hopefully. And hopefully we hit the Stone Edge. There we go. Let's just go for it. It's our only chance. Please stay asleep, Salamence. It woke up! And it can go for another Outrage. Moxie boosted. Now, that's it. I'm afraid that's it. It didn't stay asleep. That was the only way we won that, I'm afraid. But it's fine. I'm happy Seviper got a KO. I mean, it KO'd an Abomasnow through Aurora Veil from full. Like, I think that's a success for Seviper. You know, I think that's a real success for Seviper. So we'll go into Tangrowth just on, you know, the off chance. I like to let my opponents finish. If they're winning like this, I like to let them finish. It's just one of those things. I don't like to forfeit. So they go for the Outrage again. That's going to take us out. And boom, that was the game. That was GG. So GG Toby, that was pretty fun. I enjoyed it. I'm glad to see Salamence getting some love as well, because I love Salamence. It's like my favorite dragon out of all the dragons. So anyway, thanks so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.